Gotten a little bit. No need to like be too formal. There you go.
Yeah. All right. It's fun to be here. I was in college at the time in the 1960s, and just surrounded by all this thinking of what, the rallying cry, power to the people. So I'm surrounded by this power to the people thinking, and at the same time, I'm studying engineering to get a job in the world of capitalism. So I had a really hard time reconciling power to the people and capitalism. And I probably had a hard time for about 2 decades because after a career in engineering, a career in human resources, I finally thought that, okay, I think I have some ideas of how we can take a little bit of power to the people and a little bit of capitalism and mix them together and create a different kind of company. And that company was Cargas Systems. In most companies, there's only a few people that really know what's going on. And that didn't seem right to me. It seemed like everybody should understand, what are the sales, what are the costs, what are the profits, what are our challenges, what's going well, what's going poorly. It just, it just felt like people were not able to be engaged because they didn't know what's going on. Because of that, employees were not able to kind of bring all their brain power to making the company more successful and bringing those ideas forward. And then as things, were either very successful or not, I got the sense that when things are very successful, those very few people who are owners get to benefit from all that success. And then the flip side of that is also true. They feel the biggest pain when things are not going well. And I just felt like, why not bring everybody into understanding what's going on, being able to contribute and collaborate, and being able to share in the success when the company is successful. So those were kind of fundamental things that I was not seeing in any of the companies that I worked for. And so at age 41, with my wife and I had 4 kids at home at that time, I thought, all right, I better do it now. I better get this business started. So unlike most startup entrepreneurs, they're all about the thing they're good at and what they want to do, and less about, the culture of the company or anything like that. I was just the opposite. I started with the idea of what the culture should be. And then I thought, okay, I have to find something that I can start pretty much on a shoestring without much money, but has the potential to grow bigger. And I played around with several different ideas. Some of them I developed to the point of having, some designs and a few pages of ideas. But the one that I ended up zeroing in on came from something I did at a previous employer. So I was head of human resources for a company with a few hundred employees. And my boss was the president, and the boss was bemoaning the fact that every time we computerized something, this was way back in the 1980s, every time we computerize something, it takes more people, not less people. Why is that? And so I said, well, how about if you let me do a project? I'll put my industrial engineer hat back on. Let me do a project to try to streamline, as actually our first tagline at Cargas was, integrating people, procedures, paperwork, and computers. So that was our initial tagline, and that's really what I did. So I did this one project, and it turned out to be very successful because there was just a lot of low-hanging fruit to fix between the computer systems and the people and how paper was used and the workflow and everything else. And I thought, you know what? There are other companies out here that need this. Yes, people try to make software do everything, but we also need some people to help even just implement that software and get it working, particularly when you're talking about a system that runs a company. This was really starting on a shoestring, okay? We had 4 children, and so not a lot of extra money. And so it's like, okay, I got to start very small here and just kind of get some traction. So it's like, all right, where am I going to have an office? And it's like, okay, the best place was the corner of my wife's and my bedroom. And so now this was a 12-foot by 12-foot bedroom, and it needed to have a bed and, you know, like a couple of other things to keep your clothes and whatnot. So job one was put that engineer hat back on and rearrange the room so that a desk could fit in the corner. And it wasn't actually a desk. It was actually two drawer file cabinets and an IKEA top. And so I had my little Macintosh computer with its 9-inch screen, but it was really leading edge for the time because it had a hard drive. It had a 20 megabyte hard drive. So that was really top notch at the time. And so I got my little corner of the bedroom set up as an office. I had that was in the days of answering machines. So I had an answering machine and a telephone. That was before cell phones. That was before email. And so I had my little corner there. Now, the problem was I'm starting this company in June, which means it's summertime and the 4 children are not in school. So trying to get them to understand that, you know, there's a real business here in this corner of the bedroom. So I would close the bedroom door. I would hang a sign outside that said, Cargas Systems, man at work. And I was trying to get the kids not to make noise because I was trying to, you know, I was on the phone trying to set up sales calls, and it wouldn't sound too good if there were kids arguing in the background. That lasted for, I think it was maybe 9 months in the corner of the bedroom before we got a 1-room office that was 20 feet by 20 feet, so much bigger. So that was the start.